Kanye West. I haven't seen Kanye West in a while. What did he do? Take a break after all his controversy? He sat down in the corner for a second. He should have just did that for the rest of 2025. No, but made a couple waves the other day. So peep this. Breaking. Kanye West exposed Jay-Z label Roc Nation after revealing you can't say the name Jesus in their contract, saying the Lord's name is allegedly not allowed after you sign to Jay-Z's label, according to Kanye. All right, let's hear from him.
There's a part in a Roc Nation contract that says that people are not allowed to sing about Christ. Yeah. I'll be wondering, I'll be like, yo, God, why? Why have you swung my sword? Yeah. Why?
Because you came in the game with Jesus Walks.
Like, why? Bro, like, there's a part.
So Jesus Walks is one of the biggest songs of the man's entire catalog, his entire career. It's one of the biggest hip hop records, period, right? It's the numbers and the charting that it did, epic, right? I forget if it won any awards, Jesus Walks. All right, so we know you had that moment, and that did a lot for you and even Jay-Z directly, indirectly, and Rockefeller, right? But for you to, come out now and put out there, a Roc Nation contract does not allow the artist or the signing person to reference Jesus, coming from Mr. Jesus Walks. All right. Before we go down this tunnel, I would say when it comes to Kanye specifically, we always take a lot of the shit that he says with a grain of salt. He lies. He has a lot of motives and agendas. He'd be out there. Sometimes we'd be wondering if he's off of some type of meds or some shit like that, or drugs. He said a lot of bullshit. 2025 has been bugged out for Kanye. He exposed himself of being an unreliable person, period. If anybody was still a fan of him in 2025, you realize it is what it is with this fucking guy, or else you're just not paying attention. But the ways of the music industry, very dark, very dirty, very grimy, sometimes very image controlling, very steering. You can't get what was a report I saw the other day? Somebody that was signing a contract and it says something about you can't get pregnant for the next 5 years or whatever, right? Sounds kind of like, wait, what? Like bringing life into this world, but at the same time, it's an image thing. Like we can't have you off the scene for 9+ months. Right. We can't have you walking around with a big stomach. I feel like some of these celebrities are making it more acceptable from an image standpoint. You got the Rihannas of the world performing while she's pregnant, doing art galas while she's pregnant. It's becoming more of a beautiful thing in the music industry from an image standpoint. That's just one of a million examples. Smoking cigarettes is one. How about another one? Having a wife or a husband. T.I. used to do a lot of interviews early on in his career, and if you would ask him about his relationship, he would dodge it a little bit. Why? Because the young up and coming T.I., fresh off of his first album, was also catering to a female demographic, the female fan base. If you look like you're accessible and you're single, right? It brings more energy your direction from the female fan base that's out here buying all these damn albums. Now, all of that shit is relevant here. So if you put Jesus in this contract, I guess this is the only standing up for Roc Nation I'm going to do for the next 30 minutes, okay? If you put, oh, wow, I see you in the chat, Sniper. Give me a second. If you put no Jesus in the contract, it's very possible from a Roc Nation defense that all you're trying to do is not stir the pot on people's religious beliefs. No different than corporate America. They say, you go into the office, you don't talk about sexuality, and that's one of the newer ones, like the last 10 years, right? You don't talk about sexuality. You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about religion. Politics, why? Because I could be so offended by Donald Trump. Here goes the guy sitting next to me, says, I can't wait to vote for Donald Trump. And all of a sudden, I feel like I'm sitting next to a racist or some shit like that, right? People could feel like that. Another one, religion. You believe in this God. I believe in this God. That person's an atheist. This person believes in this. This person believes in that. We have conflicting beliefs, etc. Next thing you know, it's war, right? And sexuality, of course. So that's my only defense for Roc Nation and Kanye here. That could just be an image thing. We don't want to step on any toes, anybody's religious beliefs. But speaking of religion, speaking of certain people's beliefs and practices, And I gotta talk about my GOAT. And even that's a bar. A GOAT. Who's with me so far? Who's with me that fast when I say a GOAT? That's a bar. I was there. I was there during these times when it got real dark around Jay-Z, when all the accusations were there, when all the symbolism and depiction was there. What do I mean for those that weren't there? Okay. Let's start to walk down memory lane when it comes to Jay-Z, his history, his past, his lyrics, his videos, and what we saw once upon a time. Let's start here first. This does this article have a date on it? It probably doesn't need to, but I saw somebody in the chat already referenced Crowley, right? And this was a shirt that Jay-Z wore. But who is Aleister Crowley? Just to start this off, right? Because that was the whole sweater that he wore, what do what thou wilt, or something like that, right? Uh-oh. look at the chat. Uh-oh, Illuminati talk. Let's do it, man. I hate to bring this back, but it was big then, and it tweaked the thought of mine when I saw Kanye shit now. So let's do it. But who is Aleister Crowley? That whole sweater that Jay-Z wore, the do what thou wilt or whatever, right? Aleister Crowley, an occult order of Thelma, the wickedest man? Question mark. Okay, so Aleister Crowley was known in his lifetime as the wickedest man alive, but is the philosophy he created, Thelma, truly wicked? Okay, and when we see these type of stars, they do have certain links and ties throughout history. Um, I'll read this intro and then we'll skip around a little bit. The early 20th century English occultist Aleister Crowley was known in his lifetime as the wickedest man alive, often called the beast, even the word the beast, the devil, right? This was not simply because he was an avid occultist, but also because he chose to live outside society's rules, particularly when it came to his sex life. And everybody always talks about these sex rituals around the occultist type of life, right? All right. This led to false rumors of him being a Satanist who supported human sacrifice. Eventually, in Egypt, Crowley claimed that he was contacted personally by a supernatural entity who provided him with a new sacred text, which formed the basis of his religion, Thelma. Okay, Thelma. Making of a magician who was Aleister Crowley. Even magic, allegedly, magic is in certain pockets of people said to be of the devil, right? It gets real wicked and real deep, man. It depends how deep you guys really want to go down these rabbit holes if we're ever going to do Bilderberg, Freemasonry, Illuminati. If we're ever going to do those, it depends how deep you folks want to cut. I can go there, but we'll go 50% today. Crowley. What else do we have about Crowley here? So this is him, of course. Crowley later attended Cambridge University, where he studied philosophy and the English literature. He also had an active sex life and pursued his interest in the occult. Two key events made these things his focus. All right, the revelation of Thelma. Looks like some Einstein shit up here, right? Crowley's most fateful voyage would be his visit to Egypt in 1904, which was also his honeymoon. There he studied Islamic mysticism, while his wife Rose seems to have had ecstatic episodes with supernatural entities. On March 20th, this would inspire her to take Crowley to a nearby museum where she showed him display number 66. I don't even want to say last number, an Egyptian artifact that Crowley would later call the Steel of Revealing. Yeah, I'm cool on it. Just say I could see it. Is anybody else like me too? Like you look up at the clock and you see the three numbers, you're like, oh, and you want to wait until the minute changes again, or not just a clock, obviously, because you can't have that on a clock, but like a date or something. Anytime you see a number, and you just want the number to change real quick, like you land on it, like a view count. That's a better example, like a YouTube view count, a video. You know what I'm saying? It's like, view what? Oh, wait, let me click play. Let me get that to a 7 there. Oh, man. I think I've had people online years ago put this bullshit on me too. Once again, people trying to figure out and create things why he's successful instead of just saying, dude, no, you failed at life. Like, stop trying to create these bogus ways. So I got the Guyanese father. I already lived through the Illuminati thing. I've been called an Illuminati person before. Actually, I showed y'all a recent one where somebody said there was something in the brick behind me, right? So I'm kind of like just exposing myself here, people. But anyway, let's stay on course. Principles of Thelma. Thelma is a classical Greek word that is found in the Greek translation of the Bible. In early Christian writing, it is sometimes used to refer to the human will, but is more often used to refer to God's will. I'm gonna round out the Crowley stuff there. I think the reason why I want to bring him up to set a foundation is that the Crowleys of the world and the Crowleys of history, you can look at them from either light. You could look at even me saying a light, my Illuminati people's gonna be like, oh shit, he's illuminated. He's talk about light. um, you could look at them from one of two lights. You could say the occultist nature, the sexual behavior, the creation of certain types of philosophies or religion, the Thelma practice and all this. I'm sorry, dude, but you're an occultist, you're a Satanist, you're a dark person, you're all these things. And then you got the other side of the token that could just say, there's people of the world that just color outside the lines. They come along and they just think different than people. You have to almost have a level of crazy to invent things. Does that sound bugged out when I say it? I'll use Eddie Griffin's classic joke. Eddie Griffin said the person that created the telephone had to be either high or crazy. He said to have the conceptual thought of, I wish I could talk to somebody that wasn't here is a crazy thought until the telephone comes, right? Talking to somebody not here. What are you talking about? What? Get away from this guy. No, he just invented the telephone. You have to have a level of crazy to color outside the lines or to think differently than what everybody's being taught around you. So those people sometimes come along and they just go left, right? That's my defense as well as my attack on Crowley, keeping it fair. Now let's come more current. Let's go to modern times. Let's go to Jay-Z. The peak of the accusations on Jay-Z, of course, and a lot of us was there, was the On to the Next One video. And if you search YouTube for the On to the Next One videos, breakdowns, they're no longer there. I remember some very, very in-depth breakdowns about that video. I'm talking about frame by frame, going at those directors and Jay-Z and everybody and all the symbolism, and they're gone. You might find some little remnants still on YouTube, but the ones that I remember that was out on YouTube then, they are not there now. But there's still articles and there's still documentation that reference this time. So this particular article right here was published 16 years ago. The occult semi-subliminals of Jay-Z's On to the Next One. Real quick, who directed this video? Was like Swizz Beatz and people involved? Who directed the rap video On to the Next One? I think they said like Swizz Beatz and a couple people were involved in this. Who directed it and did some of like the prop placement and stuff? The video was directed by Sam Brown, a British music video commercial director in collaboration with Jay-Z and Swizz Beatz. I knew I remembered Swizz Beatz. I knew I remembered that shit. Okay, well, there you go. All right, coming back to the article. Jay-Z's On to the Next One has many people wondering what's the meaning behind the creepy images. The best way to understand the imagery is to understand the occult context in which they are used. This article takes a look at the occult meaning of the symbols found in the video in relation to Jay-Z's affinities with secret societies, okay? It was all black around this time, too. This was the whole we run this town times, everybody wearing black, dark everything, all black everything, videos, everything, right? Very dark around this times in some of these music videos that were coming out of Rockefeller, right? Look at this. You got mathematical equations that equate to certain types of breakdowns that were happening from his album covers. Okay, the Blueprint 3, they said this meant something. I'll leave that one alone though. Let's skip down to this one. Jay-Z the Holy. So the illuminated ring around his head and placement of him in front of it was supposedly intentional. Actually, like it's obviously intentional. The meaning of it, I'm not going to go crazy right now, but the intentional placement, as you're directing this, is 100% intentional. 100%. Right, and you can make a correlation here if you like. Okay, cool. Throwing up the devil's horns, devil's horns, hand sign while standing in front of a halo. Can Beyonce see his halo? Right. So they had that type of call out. I remember this image from the video. This was the dripping down of alleged blood. It wasn't no fucking water, right? It was like a thick dark, because it was a black and white video. You could only assume that this thick shit was blood. And you got a skull here. And everybody knows skulls have always carried certain meanings. Oh man, do we want to start to get into this type of shit for the people that's in tune? The Knights of Templar were introvert lovers and users of human skulls of all sizes and mediums, including both metallic and crystal skulls. Okay, so that was a depiction allegedly here. Knights of Templar stuff. This was a reference to the symbolic blood drinking of occult initiations. This was one of the flashes and one of the moments of the screen of just a woman's lips looking like a fucking vampire. Random as fuck, right? Did they just do this for no reason? And we just feel like having this in the video? All right, let's keep going. This was from the video as well. I don't know if it was supposed to be a reference to Heath Ledger and Brandon Lee directly, especially being that they both passed away. But this was just continuing to compound the meanings and the symbolisms of these videos. And if you did mean that this was to be the crow was symbolic, okay? And they carried it further with more images of the crow in the video, or the crows. All right. Disturbing fact, both Heath Ledger and Brandon Lee died mysteriously during the filming of deeply occult movies. Occult movies, right? Now today we're watching Drake. He does an Iceman rollout, and people start breaking down. This is why he chose the factory. This is why the truck meant this. This is why the opening of the episode says this. We look at a Kendrick video, and there's a million breakdowns to it. They're the new era. We know that we could watch certain videos from a Kendrick or a Drake or some of these people and do a 50-minute breakdown because they're doing all these video placements, subliminals, little prop placements, and all this type. No different than movies. No different than movies. I went and saw Superman, great movie, and then I came home and I went to the Rockstar YouTube channel, one of the best YouTube channels in the world. And I started watching the Easter egg breakdowns. I said, "Oh, look at all shit that I didn't know and I missed." And they did purposefully in front of me. It's no different than this fucking on to the next one video. It's been happening forever. Okay. Shit. Do we need to talk about The Simpsons? This was also in the video. The crows. That also a whole other topic. The references of the crows. Okay, dissing Jesus combined with Jay-Z's track record of not too Christian friendly lyrics, the image is not really surprising. So you got the cross with the bullets next to it. Baphomet strikes again. Were there horns and these type of Baphomet skull depictions in the video? I don't know why they put these two on the screen on their own, by themselves, nothing else. Me by myself. Why did they do this? Why did they do that? So, and there's way more. These video breakdowns had like 50 little focused moments, and you don't get to a point. You got to look at it like this, people. Another one of my philosophies over the years. If you're going to keep making a coincidence, then use the fool. All right. Like, don't try to say that, oh, they just keep putting their events on the same days as you, or their videos dropped as soon as your YouTube video drops and it's just coincidence. If it happens a million fucking times, use the fool to think it's still a coincidence. Right. So if we got this and 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 this, and there's 50 other more in the video. Like, if you had like one little thing and then all the conspiracy theory people jumped out the window and said, this is all we got, but this means that he's a Freemason. Then I'll be like, yo, chill out. But you got 50 fucking visuals, different shit that you're doing. So then I'm the fool. If I don't interpret, I'm the fool. All right. Now, mind you, Jay-Z is somebody that rarely even addresses things. Jay-Z will get into it with Jim Jones or Jadakiss or Joe Budden, and hell, 50 Cent, as mega as his wave was, all he got was I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent? That's all 50 got. It was big, but that's all he got. Right? Jay-Z just don't be addressing shit. We get the all out confessional sit down of the Rockefeller breakup from Jay-Z? No. We got a million Dame Dash interviews and quotes over the last 20 years. Do we get anything from Jay-Z? Is he ever going to address the young Chris Flow or Kanye West? How about Kanye West out here talking about his family and his kids and shit? Any public statements from Jay-Z? Nothing. He never addresses shit. But this, Angie Martinez was able to get him to do a sit down in an interview and a full all out, let's address this. That's how big these claims and these accusations around Rockefeller and Jay-Z got. Even the picture that's on the screen right now. You know, like he can't even do this anymore because of that lawsuit, that wrestling lawsuit. We know that. But always putting one eye in it. Always putting one eye in it. You know, but to get him to address something and he never addresses shit was meaningful within itself.
Well, Jay, you know, I have to ask you this first day that I said you were coming up, this week before I knew that these guys were coming. People are really buying into this, that you are some sort of Illuminati, devil worshipping, Freemason, something.
Man,
what are you up to that I wasn't aware of?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it started, but you know.
Well, there's all these images in videos that people are saying are deliberate. Are you? My question to you is: are you messing with people and doing this on purpose?
No, not me. No, never done that before. Why would I do that? That's retarded. To be honest with you, I really think it's really silly. Mm-hmm. You know, for the record, you know, I of course believe in God, but I believe in one God. You know, if people must know my religious beliefs, I believe in one God. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in Christians or Muslims. I think all that separates people. I think it's one God. I think it's all the same God, and I don't believe in hell. But as far as God, of course I believe in God. Am I a part of some type of sect or cult? That sounds stupid to me. It's like ignorant to even say. And I guess last time I addressed that, but you know, it's really.
Are there little secret societies?
Yeah, right here. There's the mob squad. Roc Nation is the gang. I mean, but as far as you know, I can't even get in a golf club in Palm Springs. I'm from Marcy Projects. Imagine they just think about that. Like
they wouldn't let you in the club. You saying?
Of course not. How? People that control the world, and you know.
Do you believe that those sort of organizations exist?
I think there's friends. I think there's cliques of friends who control things. I don't know if it's a devil worshiping sect. I think that's a little Tom Hanks.
Right.
But I believe there's cliques of people that control the world. Like if you know, Jesus, my man, that got Atlanta. I go down to Atlanta. I got that thing. You know, I know you come down Brooklyn. You got that thing. I go down to Virginia. Like you know, that's just natural process. You know, I'm sure Obama has his people that you know everything is good.
That he rocks with. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know, as far as you know, how far people are taking it. You know, I guess
it's kind of surprising.
I guess you know. I guess I'm an entertainer. As long as people entertain, it's fine. But you know, that's not my thing.
Let's hold on to that part too, as I fold in when we close out later on. I'm an entertainer as long as people are entertained, and fuck it. Okay, hold on to that part. Jay-Z's very, very smart man. He's fucking actually. I'll give him genius level, genius level man. Genius level navigator. Business, artist, genius. But he takes us for a fool early on as he starts to explain it in a manner of, I don't know where this is coming from. That was stupid of him to say. That was very, very dumb of Jay-Z to say. And Angie, being his friend, his very, very close friend, who's not going to rip him apart in the midst of this interview, she tried to still guide a little one in there, but there's a lot of things in these videos, and you know, are you playing with people, or are you like because for Jay to totally bypass all of what was already being put out there publicly, visually and lyrically, right? And just say, I believe that this is my religion. If people must know, I believe in one God, but I don't believe in religion. I believe in this and blah, 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 blah. And as far as like, these occult like ways. Yeah, I don't know about the blood drinking and all the Tom Hanks level stuff, but there's pockets of power. Well, pockets of power all have their clubs, right? Even golf clubs. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? So he took us for fools to a degree. He sidestepped to a degree, but then he also gave some logical answers as well. And then that very end piece where he says, I'm an entertainer. If you're entertained, then hold on to that. Hold on to that. Because we are going to go to court on this one, people. We're going to go to court. What's this article that I pulled up this morning? I think there was some small references in here, of course, still related to Crowley. And of course, look at Crowley's hat here with the diamond, you know what I'm saying, with the pyramid or whatever. And this was a little bit more related to the video with Rihanna and the Run This Town and Kanye. Right, there was a ton going on in that video. What's this one right here? Run This Town. So this is the video at face value. Jay-Z, Rihanna, and Kanye West are performing in front of an angry mob, which apparently is out to overthrow the current order of things. Order. Oh, now somebody's gonna be like, no, now did you do an event called New Year Order ARP? Let me chill out. The aesthetics of the video are reminiscent of the movements led by rebel factions in third world African and Latino countries. So the treatment of the video was very, very intentional as well. This isn't exactly the type of speech that Shay. So Shay is somebody, he was always walking around wearing those sweaters as well. We remember that. Is this a political rebellion or could it be a philosophical / spiritual? Okay, so Rihanna handed a lit torch, the passing of the torches, the illumination. That's what people would say about these scenes, especially back then when y'all was all black everything once again and doing all this shit in these fucking videos and on these lyrics, right? Anybody vaguely familiar with the occultism can easily associate the symbol of the lit torch held high to Lucifer, aka the light bearer. All right. You got your little horns up too, Rihanna. Okay, guess Rihanna can't make it any clearer for you. It says here, all black everything, face cover, cool. Yeah, I was heavy on it, huh? Jay-Z is asking you to pledge your allegiance to the new ruler and to wear black everything to honor him. Jay's lyrics contain hints of Freemasonry who are hidden in the double meanings of some lines. I gave Doug a grip means I gave Doug a stack of money, but the double meaning to that line would be to refer to Mason's secret handshakes, which are called grips. Remember when people was even to the point where they were trying to identify certain handshakes on people on TV show hosts, certain grips that come like this, certain where they just go like this. Oh yeah, I did it all, people. I was there. I was there. There was like 20 different fucking handshakes that we started paying attention to. Like, oh, look at that one. Or was it the Bushes? They did it on camera too, right? Damn, I should have brought that one up. The Bushes did one. Everybody was like, oh. Sometimes even the calling of one. Here's another one for my hip hop heads. Remember the freestyle that Beanie Siegel gave in front of French Montana? Was it French Montana? Yeah, French Montana. It was Beanie Siegel, French Montana, and I think my Philly heads Novaka. And he kept giving them what people would call, fuck that. Let me finish this article, then I'm going to try to find that video real quick. Rihanna throwing Rockefeller sign, which the left eye inside the triangle. Jay-Z occult symbolism. It's on a dollar bill, right? So it's on our currency. Then he starts to translate all this stuff into Rockefeller clothing. Okay, the seeing eye pyramid on the Rockefeller clothing. The occultist and all-seeing eyes at the top. Symbolism around masters of the craft. Even the word masters. The hats, the eye, behind the Rockefeller R. And here you go. And speaking of Kanye, who now wants to expose Roc Nation, here you are, sir. Is that a GOAT? Is that a Baphomet? Is that a just I'm into the Discovery Channel? Why did you wear this at this time, sir? What were you doing in the Run This Town music video, all black, everything at this time? Kanye, you switch side and piece of shit. Rest in peace, Prodigy's crusade. Illuminati got my mind, soul, and my body. That was Prodigy. Prodigy really brought the whole. I'm in my raps trying to expose the Illuminati and Freemasonry and these power structures. That was his thing. And by coincidence, who and Jay-Z had problems? Prodigy. Right? Rest in peace, Prodigy. I was there, people. So I don't even gotta read a lot of this shit. Real quick, let me see if I could pull up that example, being that we were doing the handshakes. Let's see if YouTube got it. Does YouTube got it? Beanie Siegel freestyle. This was like DVD era shit. With French Montana. It was French and Vodka in the room. Fuck, are you gonna let me find this shit? See, YouTube can't even keep up with the me's of the world. Be like, I go too deep with this shit. I remember they was in a room and Beanie Siegel was sitting down. It was vodka. It was vodka that kept shaking his hand though. Freestyle with vodka. Watch this shit, think I'm fucking talking about liquor. I think I found it. Oh no. I found one with vodka and Beanie, but I don't know if it's the one that I really want. It doesn't look like the one I really want. But I found them together. Like you gotta really go back and know your shit to even know, like, oh, a freestyle with Beanie Siegel and the street legend, Philly legend Vodka together. Like you gotta really know your shit. I know my shit, but I don't think that this was it.
Hate my stroll, but when I tell them to move, they want to know where to go. They can't stand my words. Hate my speech, hate my verse, hate my slurs. Yeah, I love you too.
Nah, this ain't the one I'm looking for. This is them together again. What? They keep shaking hands. Oh, there's a different one where this ain't the one I'm looking for, but it still proves my point. The video that I'm talking about is like every time Beanie Siegel lands a certain ball, like Vodka and him are doing a certain handshake, you know, and everybody knows Philly is very big on the Quilly Millses of the world was coming out, 1 Eye, all of that. Even Quilly, right? Philly, what's up? Philly, help me out. Am I lying, Philly? For all my Philly niggas in the chat, like y'all was very heavy on y'all shit these days back then. All right, but anyway, let's move on. Jay-Z continuing to address. And once again, if you're addressing it so much in music and whatnot, then don't take us for fools like it came from nowhere. You did shit to make everybody say, what the fuck is going on here? You did it, buddy. Jay-Z addresses Freemasonry and Illuminati rumors on Rick Ross's song. I'm glad that Rick Ross is here too, because we're going to bring up Rick Ross related to this in a second. Lyrics. This was the Freemason song on Rick Ross's album, right? Niggas couldn't do nothing with me. They put the devil on me. I would have preferred niggas to squeeze the metal on me. Rumors of Lucifer. I don't know who to trust. The whole world wants my demise. Turn the music up. This was a dope line right here. I ain't gonna lie. He killed this. If y'all niggas fear me, just say all y'all fear me. Fuck all the fairy tales. Go to hell. This is God engineering. I said I was amazing. Not that I'm a Mason. I'm on the third six, but not a devil. I'm not, but a devil I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. He fucked this song up. And miraculously, he was so good at addressing it in this song. This was pretty much the end of it. A lot of people just said, well, the raps was good. All right, fuck it. We off it. He addressed it. Bitch, I said that I'm amazing. Not that I'm amazing. But you guys play on your words a lot, right? But he addressed it right there. And I feel like that was like the decline thing. And wow, I could even fold this into a very big topic of how big Jay-Z's influence was or is on other rappers. Actually, it's going to fold in slightly right here. Let's step outside of Jay-Z for a second. Remember Shaq? Remember this clip with Shaq, the Freemasonry stuff on ESPN? No? Yes? No?
What is going on there? That's a ring of my profession. You don't know nothing about that. Okay, well, can we get a close up on that area? What? You don't know nothing about
What is the profession?
Yeah, which profession are we talking about?
Just look at it.
Is it a legal profession?
Of course it's legal. It's a ring of my profession.
I'm trying to read it. Okay.
It's
too many diamonds. Ah,
that's too bright. That's too bright.
Go anyway. Oh, Mason, are you a Mason?
Of course I am.
Okay.
Of course I am.
The secret ceremony.
Well, you might as well put your pinky out when you drink your drink.
Wow.
Now, mind you, oh man, I don't want to go into a Freemason topic, but I'll give just a little small thing for people that just aren't as knowledgeable real quick. Just because somebody wears a ring or wears a hat or has the tattoo of a Freemason symbol doesn't make them devil worshiping. Okay. I've never practiced Freemasonry, and I don't want to disrespect y'all movement. Okay. But the common Freemason practice is supposed to be gifting or your works as your way into heaven, I believe, right? Your works with an S, meaning giving, being kind, helping, turkey drive, right? And it's also it also has its clubhouse element to it as well. Like there's a million Freemason lodges, like there might be one in your hood. I used to party at one in Staten Island. It was miraculously a death trap, like one of the worst places to party. Elks lounges tend to have bad reputations, though from the gathering standpoint, right? And there's a lot of Freemasons that go and they link up with their brothers and they practice Freemasonry and they go out into the world and they carry that positive type of energy. Then you speak to conspiracy theorists and they'll say that's just the lower level of Freemasonry. That's just the entry. The moment you start climbing up, whether the right or the left ladders, and you get to a certain point, that's where all the sacrificial and blood and the checkerboard floor stuff, understanding comes in. Speaking of checkerboard floor, that people going after the movie Matrix for that. The scene where the cat walked by the mirror and the black is so deep, man. It's so fucking deep. But anyway, that was the Shaq moment. Okay, now I'm building towards us getting to trial. Let's go to a couple other artists, and this, if you stay with me, bleeds into me saying Jay-Z's influence. Okay. This is just a TikTok page related to rappers and possible Freemasonry moments, let's say. Okay.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.
All right. Young Thug says clearly, I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases. All right, cool. Watch this corny ass moment from Rick Ross.
Sorrow for the brothers out here.
It was just a record that was for people who understood it. You know what I'm saying? And love music at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Are you a Mason?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Are you a Mason?
So the reason why I said that was corny as shit is because the way he answered it, I don't know. Of all people, I just don't believe that when it comes to Rick Ross, because it's the CEO and you're not the real Rick Ross and you never was a big drug dealer and all this type of shit. The interview was asking about that big song with Jay-Z, right? And he's like, oh, it's just a good song. And they says, are you a Mason? Clear question. Beautiful fucking question for an interviewer to ask Rick Ross on the street. And his response was, I mean, yeah, but no, right? People like trump things up and play to it a little bit by giving an answer like that. Let's play it one more time.
Sorrow for the brothers out here.
It was just a record that was for people who understood it. You know what I'm saying? And love music at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Are you a Mason?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Are you a Mason?
All right. Let's take a couple more. Let me go to my man Vibes because I have something for him.
What about the cult? That you're a member of a cult? All right. A lot of people say Vybz Kartel sell his soul to the devil. I'd like to know how the selling of one's soul to the devil go. Like if you put out an ad in the Gleaner saying soul for sale, good condition, You know what I mean? And the devil contacts you, he writes a check, or he gives you a manager's check and you change it. I want to know how that goes because that is news to me. I don't know how somebody can sell his soul to the devil.
Okay.
Does the devil have a bank account?
But are you a member of a group of Freemasonry?
No, I'm not a member of any group of Freemasons, but what is Freemasonry? Nothing is wrong with Freemasonry.
Okay.
Masons build the earth. That's why if you look on a Freemason ring, you see the compass and the square, because that is what build the earth. The earth is built from lines and circles.
Do you believe in God?
Vybz Kartel is a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. So when you say believe in God, if you mean Jesus, I'm not a religious person like that.
God in the context of Christendom, of Christianity?
No, I don't believe in Christianity. I don't believe in Buddhism. I don't believe in Islam. Because to me, religion is division. It's just one more thing to divide people. Religious wars are the most violent wars in history. And it can...
I ain't mad at that when he says religious wars are some of the most violent wars in history, and I'm not Buddhist, I'm not Christian, I'm not this, because religions create separation. I believe Jay-Z gave a similar answer to that. But as much as we love Vybz Kartel, when he answered that question, are you a Freemason? He said, no, I'm not a Freemason, but there's nothing wrong with them because they built the earth, right? Lines and circles. How does this song start, Vybz? You're dealing with somebody that was there. You're dealing with somebody that knows all this y'all music. I'm West Indian, nigga. This is actually a fucking classic.
To reach 33 degrees of masonry, heights are evil. 3 o'clock.
What? You reached what? What did you read? And it's heights of what? Vybz? My nigga? Fuck with you.
To reach 33 degrees of masonry, heights are evil.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. I gotta play it one more time for my music heads. I'm sorry. That shit almost just put me in the gym. Let me put a pause in case I gotta clip the music, because I need the 33 heights of evil or degrees of masonry to stay in the video. But hold on, let me wait a second. All right, let's get to the classic song for fuck is my blowhorn when I need it. Is 3 in the chat? Is 3 here? Classic songs, dog. Like, I haven't heard that in the club in since I was a kid, maybe, man. If I heard that in the club, next time I hear that song in the club, I'm throwing a chair. Throw somebody getting hit with a chair, B. I hope y'all got my belt ready. I'm throwing a fucking chair. That shit right there. Man, murder people. Anyway, that's what's the name of that joint? That's Vybz Kartel, Broad Daylight. Go search it. It's classic. It's classic. It's classic. It's classic. All right. Here goes the trial now. People, chat. When you look at the obvious of what the fuck y'all was doing back then, 16, 17, 18, 19 years ago, whatever. When you look at how popular Freemasonry was back then, Philly, New York, celebrities, rappers. When you look at the clear lyrics, the addressing of the imagery, the rings and the camera, Birdman got one too, I think, wearing a G hat, I think, or with somebody, well, I forget. I remember all this shit, B. Here goes the trial question. When it comes to these rappers, and this all started from Kanye coming out recently saying that the Roc Nation contract said you can't say Jesus, even though Kanye, you have a lot of shit on you from back then. And that even goes into the trial. Because if you switched up, answer A for the court. Was it just a popular thing? And that's why I told y'all to hold on to when Jay-Z said, I'm an entertainer. If y'all are entertained, then hey, fuck it. Was it just a popular thing? Controversy sells, drama sells. It's cool to do. We're all going to do it in our music videos. We're going to trump it up. The entertainment value of it for that moment was mega. Album selling, single selling, song selling, interviews, everything's up. People getting questioned. You look like you're part of this big higher power gang that makes you untouchable, right? Was it for entertainment at the time? That's the first choice. 2, is it all just fake? It comes to the occultism, the Satanism, those depictions in the videos. It's all fake. It's all bullshit, right? 3, is it all very, very real? And anybody that tells me, oh, no, I'm not a Freemason, like Vibes Cartel or Jay-Z says, hey, this is ignorant. I don't know what y'all talking about. He's just lying, but it's all real. Is it 3? And if I wanted to throw in a mixed 4th one, I would say, what do they say the devil's greatest trick is convincing people he doesn't exist, right? And that is what people have always believed Freemasonry or Illuminati and some of these occults and is their preferred practice to a degree, put it in your face, right? And me putting it in your face is an attempt to even hide in plain sight and also water it down. Take it through this realm of Jay-Z's influence, this realm of us doing it in music or whatever. Now it's out there. Got a bunch of people that believe, don't believe, and it can turn into almost this comical shit. Oh, my bad, more for this comical shit. And then when we put it all down and we address it, nobody talks about it, a flash of the rings anymore, 15, 20 years later. Now we're purely hiding in plain sight now. Because the wave is over. ARPs of the world remember this shit, but it's just a myth. It's just talk. It was just music videos. It was just entertainment. It was just a moment. It was just a popularity thing. That's the great devil trick, right? Which are the 4? Chat. 1, all entertainment at the time. 2, fake. All fake at the time. 3, all real. Or 4, the combination of it's real and entertainment, and you're using entertainment to put it out there and then water it down and then hide in plain sight. 1, 2, 3, or 4. A little bit. I was crazy about it back then. I was really into it back then. Okay. Sniper, our member, says 4, which is we took the devil hiding in plain sight, and that's why we because if this was all supposed to be so secret, why would we do it on to the next one video with all these images and let the whole world get to a point where they're asking about us on the radio and in interviews and I'm addressing, music, right? If I'm supposed to be this, then why am I doing that? Why is Shaq got the ring and then they ask him questions and he explains it on ESPN, right? If it's supposed to be this, a secret society. Well, it's not a secret if you're doing all this shit, right? So 4 makes sense. I'm not mad at y'all. Kelson takes 4. Our member 540 Dre says ARP has the red bear with the triangle. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Over the eyes, Freemason. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's why. And I said, and if you think about it, ARP said only season 1 is good. He said season 2 and the last one were a letdown. So why has he still got the bear brick with the triangle there? You see, I told you. Verb's about to run with that one. He's gonna run with that one. Okay, 4. Oh, everybody, Muddy Hands. Sean, Relly, that was Relly earlier. There's a lot of the whole chat is hiding in plain sight. Miss Abby. A2 Sports, Cap. Oh shit, Canadian 4. The whole chat is hiding in plain sight. Oh shit. Oh, man, murder people in a broad daylight. I haven't seen a different number yet. All right, I'm done now. Jay-Z 444 with the 4 answer. Oh, they're gonna blame that on ARP too now. ARP chose 4 to align with Jay-Z's album. Oh shit. Oh shit. There's no 1s, 2s, or 3s. Oh, here we go. I'm pushing the 4 right now. Let's figure out how to promote it, entertain like Jay-Z said, and then just hide with it in plain sight. The devil's greatest mastery trick, convincing people we don't exist after just putting it in front of you. It's just a comic. It's just for fun. It's just entertainment. It's just a podcast. Woo. Oh my, come on, man. All right. Who's being initiated? Me or y'all? Ooh. Ain't you a member, Kelsey? It started to get spooky. It started to get a little spooky. He done threw it up a few times too. Are y'all really fucking with me? Are y'all really getting at me? Really? Y'all turning on me? Thank you, Kelsey. Kelsey's with me. I got one of my members with me. 33 green tea. Oh my God, y'all look crazy. All right, I'm gonna chill out. We still got a lot of stream left. Code of silence. Well, AR with the reverse Uno card. Oh my God. What you got us into, man? All right, listen, hold on. All right, let's try to. It's like I said, we still got a lot of stream left. Fuck. I predicted at 90 minutes I might be off. Yo, y'all look crazy. Maybe I want to do more of these. Damn, he got me. I'm a member now. Look at the non-members. Said all of you members are cracking up. Do you believe it's crazy?